anymore today. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go into the studio and make it do what it do. So I'm back. Hi. Um, so this is take two of Happy Saturday Afternoon. Let's talk. Can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me? So congrats to Kenya for birthing Carter with a K, Marie, Marie? Okay. It's Carter Marie W. I don't know the last name. Yes, that is my god baby, but I do not know her. It don't matter what her last name is. The first name, the only thing that matters is the first name, Carter. So I call her Maria. Okay, Carter Maria W. I don't know the last name. You don't have to tell us this because I'm gonna call her Carter Sauce, so it don't matter. So hi. So today was run around town like a crazy, crazy woman day. And I had to go to the post office because I hadn't been there in a minute. Prayerfully, my allergies won't kick in. And so today is work in the studio day. I did y'all like my Mary Kay beat? This is my Mary Kay beat, right? Right? Um, so I mailed off my packages for my upcoming party coming up next week. And what else? What else do I have to do? Oh, so I guess I just realized I forgot to do something. All right, hold on, y'all. How do you pause can you pause your camera? Hmm, how do you do that? How do you pause your camera? What does this do? Can you still see me? Am I invisible? Am I invisible? Oh God. Uh, mm, hold on, y'all. Camera. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, um, I forgot what I was supposed to. Oh, so let's start over again. So I made this. Can you see it? Let me turn the light away. I made this using my Cricut with the pen. Oh, what's up with it? I made this using my Cricut with the pen. So this is what they call line art, and you all know I love an octopus. So if you don't know, I do this. I have one right here. He's really realistic, and this is the bottom. So realistic, right? I love this. This is Octi, and so when I made Turtle Man, I added a Mrs. Octi in the media at the bottom of the painting. But I went to the post office today, and it's like Christmas. So it finally arrived. My Arteza metallic pens. I'm so excited. So I'll use these to do my Dutch pours when I do my long, excuse me, I call it my 3D work is when I take a canvas and after I do my pour with my art with the paint, then I go back and I 3D the canvas, which means I either add crystals, stones, rhinestones, some type of embellishment to make it a 3D effect. So I've been working on one in the studio and I have to finish it today because it is a Mother's Day gift. So hopefully I can finish that today. For those of you who know, you know I do Mary Kay. If you book a party with me to be a hostess, I will be including in your hostess package a special gift from CK Showroom. So I did one last night and it went to the hostess for her party for the 3rd of May, which I'm really excited about. And she's going to be surprised when she get it. Hopefully she's not listening, but if she is, she'll just know that she's getting the added surprise. So these are also markers, but these are bright colored markers and they're permanent. So you can also use these to color on glass and hear more. So I love, if you ever go in my studio, or if I ever do a video of my studio, see how much I have. I also have the Cricut mug press, which I will probably do something on that live tonight. I'm not making any promises, because when I do that, you all will hold me to it. And I'm not saying that I will feel up to it, but I did. So you all know, right, that I did some baby shoes for my goddaughter. So let me show you. And let's talk about my apron I purchased. So I bought this apron, right? Can you all see? Hold on. So I purchased this apron to wear in the studio. Let me tie it. Because I have one, but it seems like to me it stops like right here. And I always seem to get something on my pants. So I said, you know what? I'm going to buy me an apron. And look, it stretches. One that I can adjust. So when I'm in the studio, and I know it's like a true soccer mom apron, right? But it's long. So let me show y'all. Hold on. So when when I'm in the studio and I get paint on my hands or resin, I just do like this. So now it's long enough that it's long enough for my arms, and then I won't touch my pants when I do like this. Because I'll do that and like, oh, and then I have to bring my hands up because my apron is short. So now I really wanted a really, really long one, like the kind they use when they're in the butcher store. So I might have to make that, because I do have a sewing machine that I need to use. So I'll probably buy a pattern and just make my own, and that way I can make it as long as I want, which will probably be long enough to reach the top of my shoe. So as when I'm doing jewelry and I sit down, I don't have to worry about anything touching my pants, and hopefully not my shoes I wear. So I also made this piece. For those you can see, I made that a few months ago when I first started. And I don't have anything else in here that I've made. That's pretty much it. Of course, you all know I do t-shirts, so I just got to order for those. And I'll be working on that tonight. But let me show you the shoes. Hold on. So I did these shoes as a gift for my goddaughter. And I was going to mail them today, Kenya, but I didn't, the mail. I didn't want to, you know how it is. So these are the baby shoes. Hold on. I'm trying to get it so y'all can. These are the baby shoes. I made these. I guess all in all, it took me maybe 2 hours to do. And so those are her initials on the back. I really wanted to mail them today. I'm just so scared that they would get, that post office near you, they'd be tripping. I think they just don't like me. Every time I see something, it seems to be a problem. Oops. It seems to be a problem. So what I've decided that, can you see the little heart? All of the shoes that I designed will have some type of something on it like that. That's not really noticeable, but it's noticeable. So, and here's the other one. And aren't they the cutest? They're like so cute, right? And it took me 2 hours to do. And I heat pressed the initials on the back. And like I said, for the tongue, the little heart there. So I love these shoes. I wish I could wear them for myself. So because I started that, I said, you know what? Let me see if I can do a pair of shoes for myself. So I realized the stones I was using were hot fix rhinestones, which means that you can apply them to certain type of materials using this apparatus right here. And I will say that it's not as quick as the E6000, but I like it. I like it. So what I did was I took a pair of my tennis shoes and I didn't finish. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna see how it looks on a pair of my tennis shoes. So I wore these the other day and I rolled my pants up so you could see. I just rolled them up because I wanted them rolled up. And someone noticed at the time I just had the back of my shoe outline. And then when I came home last night, I started to finish them. So on the back of all of my Airwalks, which are brands that Payless used to sell, I'm going to rhinestone all of the back of my shoes like this. So I'm gonna finish this probably tonight or either tomorrow. And I did that with the hot fix gun. They don't come off. They're really final. Did one come off? No. They don't come. Did that one come off? No. They don't come off, which is cool. Oh, you know what? I can make that in the shape of a heart. That little space, I could draw like a little heart on it and draw a heart and make a heart-shaped red heart with rhinestones and then just fill the outside with the white, right? Cute, right? So I did that. I guess maybe I did that maybe because it was like the second row up, maybe in 15 minutes. I was on the phone talking and you get all the materials that you need. So this comes with six different nibs. And so this is for the 3 millimeter. So what I did was I put a little notch on it so I'll know which millimeter it's for because the words are so small. And I'm like, what? What is that? And it's hard to see. So I'm like, you know what? Once I figure it out, I'm gonna mark it. So that happened. Let me wrap up cards. So now I messed up the tissue paper. So now I got to bring in more tissue paper. So we'll set this right here. And so I purchased some items today that I'll be doing for Mother's Day because, you know, Mother's Day is coming up. And I have some projects that I need to work on. Hopefully, I'll get this other machine that it's either a sublimation machine, a sublimation printer, or I get this other machine. I'm really leaning towards the other machine because I can do more stuff with it. But, you know, I don't know. We'll see. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. If not, then it won't. Let me see. So yeah, I showed y'all my $6 apron. And what else? Fashion Week is coming along really well. We're moving right along. If you go to the Baltimore Fashion Week website, you will see the contracted events that are already up. I am working on events for the rest of the days of the week, but I'm simultaneously working on this year and 2022. So the events I'm working on for 2022 range from January to December of next year. And so for those of you who know me, you know that January is like tomorrow to me because in my mind, Fashion Week is like next month. And Fashion Week this year is August 22nd through August 28th. We're starting off with, and before I list what we're doing, I want everyone to understand that all of our events were contracted under socially distance guidelines, which means that at the time when I signed the contract, we were at a certain capacity percentage. So that's the same capacity percentage that we're staying at. So just say, hypothetically speaking, say at the time I signed the contract, it was maybe you could have 43% occupancy in the venue space or the vessel or whatever. So that's what we're keeping up with moving forward for next year. The only way those numbers will change is if I want to change them. No, seriously. So if, say, for instance, everything clears up and it says, oh my God, we're free of Corona and everybody can live happily ever after. I need to feel that the people that are coming to the event are safe. And so, really, if I don't feel that, it won't happen. But I will tell you this, we will have front row seats available. I do have the final count. I went out there Thursday for another walk through the venue to get the seating done. How we're going to have that done, because we're live streaming, so that with the seating, and now with we do have a term on our tickets. So now with us going live, and we're allowing few a few people in the venue, and the way we're going to do the seats, I'm working with the hotel for that, is that if you are invited, so first of all, these front row seats from this year's show moving forward, you will not be able to buy them online. The only way you can get those tickets is if you get them. I have to approve all of those ticket purchases. So right now, the only people who will be front row will be the guests of the designers for the allocated tickets that they're awarded with their registration, and the individuals who purchased tickets last year and their seats were transferred to this year. If there will be any other seats outside of that, I probably won't let it be known, because you can't buy them. Like, you basically have to be approved by me to sit on my front row. So finally, we're getting where I've always wanted this event to be. There will not be any general admission, probably moving forward. Baltimore Fashion Week, this is the style part I'm talking about. So Baltimore Fashion Week will remain virtual. I'm in communications now to talk about the runway show, because we're not doing New York this year because the designer who was doing that is not showcasing. So New York designer debut and New York Fashion Week won't happen this year. People in New York that I've been working with were kind of disappointed. It was like, no one's more disappointed than I am. But, such is life. So we're moving on to 2022. So in 2022, if the pandemic is still around, we'll still have the event. The show will still be on the Fashion Week online website. There will be a link to our site to purchase the tickets. The show will be seen on the designerdebut.com website, respectively. And for Baltimore Fashion Week, the show will be on the Baltimore Fashion Week website. It's a lot that goes into going live, so I can see why people are avoiding just doing the right thing by going live. I get it. And we're not by no means no large corporation or organization. So if you're a small organization and you're doing you want to do a live or a virtual show in the parameters of a fashion week or runway production, I get it why some people say, you know what, man, bump that. We're just going to do the show. We'll just go by the numbers and don't go live. But moving forward, we won't have anybody in our venue for right now except front row seats. Now, when the designers have the client and the buyer relationship capacity to increase those numbers, then only the people who were invited to the show will be in the venue. All general admission seats and all of that will be taking place online. We will no longer have general admission seats available at any of our production shows. It'll only be front row for now. And then moving forward, everybody will be kind of sort of front row. We'll include, and I'm working on that now, we'll include some type of elevated seating. So wherever you sit, it will be a VIP or front row experience for those who attend the event. So a lot of changes are taking place, a lot of changes for the better, for the designers and their brand, for the buyers that will be watching this show virtually. That list is, oh my God, it's so long. I'm like, my God, will we be able to host all of these people that I want to invite to the show. So that's a conversation that you have to have with YouTube. So I see why people don't legitimately go live through a production company. You know, not you don't have one camera, you have to have two cameras to catch the you don't want to just have a look where you're looking straight down the runway. You want it to have the same feel as any other designer that showcases during New York Fashion Week, because that's all I know. So for the designers that showcased on New York Fashion Week, you know you have different camera views, so you have to have that if you're going virtual. My God. Then it's the music. Then it's the patching from the DJ. Who's going to provide that? It's just like, oh my God, I just want to pull my hair out, but I'm not going to pull it out. I'm not. I'm going to keep it intact, and I'm going to continue to move forward fashionably. Right? I'm so excited. So much big girl stuff going on. The publications that we're working with are very, very excited to be partnering with us or collaborating with us, or however you say it in the journalistic world. But they will be here as well to cover the event. For the publicists that we're working with, they will also be in house to watch the show front row, because your front row seats basically are made for press and bloggers, if they're really bloggers. Now, I'm not talking about somebody that just writes a post every 13 days. Like true bloggers that have an influence or can have an influence on a brand's life cycle, meaning that a blogger that can have some type of expandable brand, expandable expandable brand on the brand, meaning that they can get them in front of other people. We are going to hopefully partner with some different publication firms, PR firms that can help us get different client brands in front of our guests. So that's important for me too, because if you sit front row during the show, you get a gift box. So not only do you get, it's so much that our front row guests will get, and I'm so happy that I'm doing it this way. Not only do you get a front row seat, you get a VIP or a front row, you just get a gift box because it's just front row, so it's no designation. So you get to sit front row, you get a gift box, and outside of that, you also get to have you receive a gift basket, because last year we made all these gift baskets that we wanted to sell. Okay, fine. I don't know what the issue was, but I spent a lot of money, good money, for the items that were in the basket. So this year, as our guests come, not only will they have a gift box on their seat, but they will also have a gift basket. I want it out of my thing. So Kenya, you and Baby Carter Sauce might be down here to rebox the things, because I'm thinking of changing the way the packaging that it's in versus a box, a basket. Let's put it in something really cute and creative, something dually. And I've been thinking about that, like maybe making trays and situating the gifts on the tray, and then we can wrap the tray that I make with the handles and put the gifts on top of that. So that's an option, which is why I'm going to the studio as soon as I finish this. Um, it's just a lot that goes into this production. And then, oh, everyone will get a Baltimore Fashion Week mug. And so tonight, I probably will, but I'm not saying I will, so as you all hold me to it. But if I decide to do a mug tonight using my mug press, I will go live, and I will go live on this so you all can see it. That's pretty much all I had to say today. I really didn't have a lot. You all are really quiet, but thanks for stopping by. And yeah, I'm going to go find some art to dig into. I did do the plates. So a while ago, I did these acrylic pour. I did one set, but they were a gift for a client. And then I did another set that was supposed to be for Valentine's Day, but the colors didn't turn out right. But they're really beautiful. And they had a green pour with green, orange, silver, and I think blue. and you poured that so that when you eat off, when you the plate is facing you, the part that you eat off of, it has love. But then on the back of the plate, it has an acrylic pour, which is beautiful. So last night I finally finished it. Today it was pretty much done by the time I left the studio last night. So this afternoon I'll be going in there to finish it off, meaning to sand down any areas that aren't really smooth, and then I will dome it again. Doming it means that when you pour the relish, when you pour the resin on the item, and you pour the resin on it to actually level it off, so it'll be nice and smooth after you sand it. So you resin it, then if it needs to be sanded, you should sand it. You sand it, you get that all even out, and then you pour your final layer of resin on it, and then it'll be ready. So those will be available on CK Showroom, the Instagram page, the Facebook page, and then we are going to have an Etsy website, so you'll be able to go find our products on Etsy. I plan to have that done by June 1st. June 1st, we have a really big announcement that we will be making soon. So be on the lookout for that. The website should be up by then and all of that. I think that's all I have for right now. That's all I can think of right now. If I think of anything else, I might come back. Okay, so that's all I have. And thank you all for watching me talk about art. So I'm about to go into the studio and play with these puppies because I have some. Let's open one. I have some artwork that I did. This is a Mother's Day gift that I need these for, especially the metallic ones. Let's open it, see what it looks like. I love Arteza. Oh my God. And before I got into art, like I am now, I was just like, oh, they so expensive. Man. But now it's just like, yeah, I want it. I want it. So let me show you how fabulous these are. So these are the markers. Hi, Naya. These are the markers. And they're metallic. And I can't wait to use them. Ooh, so I made these necklaces last night. Well, I made them a while ago. Ooh, look at that. That's cool, right? So this is like a salmon color. This is called, I don't know what color this is. This is called metallic vermilion. Isn't that pretty? So it's probably like a peach color. So last night I finished off, I have these three, I'll post the pictures on my Facebook and Instagram page. And I made these, they call it island inlay. And so I made the necklace, and it looks like it's 3D. Let me see if I'm gonna put it up on my phone and show y'all. It's really cool. So now I have to, because I used the wrong mold, excuse me, I have to now drill a hole in it. So let me find a picture so I can show you. I made a friend today when I was in Marshall's. So I'll be helping her do her, learn how to do her artwork. Let me see. Oh, Lord. Don't turn me. Okay. Uh-oh. So let me change my phone so it won't turn. So screen lock. Okay. Okay. So this is, excuse me, canceled. I want to, what does this mean? Oh, maybe this is, okay. I think I did it right. Okay. Okay, so I did it right. So this is jewelry that I made. I made it a while ago, but I have to, these will be pendants that you wear around your neck. And so they're called island, Oh my God, it begins with a D. Diet. Oh, I can't remember the name, but I saw it and I bought it. I purchased it. I said, "Oh my God, that is so beautiful." And if you see it in person, let me enlarge. Let me enlarge the middle one. So can you see like the little island in it? You can't really see it, but it's really. Let me see. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Oh, hold on. Turn my light on. Okay. So I don't know. So they're pretty. So I'll post them on Instagram and my Facebook page later. And I have to drill a hole in these. Yes, I have a drill. I have a sander. I also have a table that I'm about to do an acrylic pour on. Do you know a good website for shoes in bulk? I don't want to buy one shoe at a time. Yes, I do. But no, it's not Alibaba. It's a site in Denver. And I have to research my emails for the site, but there is a site. I gotta hold on, y'all. I gotta put my notes. I don't want y'all to hear or see that, so I'll be right back. And I'm back. So there is a site in Denver that sells shoes, and they're the main supplier for a lot of designers. And you can buy the shoes. Like, say you want to, and I know this is not what you want, but say you want to do a pair of knee-high patent leather boots. You can get them, and you don't have to buy a whole set like you do a vendor. When you buy from a vendor, you have to buy like a lot of six. You can buy one shoe. And the last time I was on this site, like those knee-high pet leather boots, well, that's when I could fit them. I mean, I could probably fit them now because I lost a little bit of weight, but they were like $3 for a set, and they go up to a size 12. So if I can find the email, I'll send it to you so you can go in and get your. I don't know if they sell tennis shoes though, so you might be able to find um, a site that will have the tennis shoes that you can buy wholesale. But you gotta, I don't know if what you're doing, if you would, I wouldn't invest in that unless I can wear the size that I get, because if you buy all these shoes and then you can't move them, then you're stuck with all this product. That did not come out right. That came out right. Yeah, product. um so you may not want to do that, but that's totally up to you. I will look for the information and I'll send it to you through Facebook so you can have it. But there are, and that site is, a designer sent it to me like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was just in there looking at stuff last year when I decided to dabble a little bit in wholesale fashion. Um, I think that's all I have for you guys. Uh, Naya, when you replay this, I go back to the beginning of this video once it ends and watch the shoes I did. So I showed the baby shoes, and then I'll show you real quick, but I'm not going to go into it again. So I did these. These are some tennis shoes I did. I'm not finished, but these are Hot Fix rhinestones, and I use this machine right here. So this part heats up. It gets really, really hot. Like if you touch it with your hand, it will burn your skin, because it did burn mine. Okay. So don't do that. And this gets hot and you just sit it. You put the stone on the material, you hold it like this, and it's done. Like you can't, like these aren't coming off. I have thrown this shoe around. I've dropped it like this. Um, I've dropped it on porcelain, I guess, my tub. So I dropped it down like this in the tub to see if the rhinestone would come off and impact, and it didn't. It works. But the E6000 is quicker. I just don't like the smell. So if you want to do that, is it better than the glue? I mean, it's the same thing as the glue, but it just takes longer. With the glue, you can put a line and then bam, 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 bam. The glue is much faster, but this actually heats that black or gray part up that's on the bottom of the stones. That's actually glue. So if you get the rhinestones with, and I'm sorry y'all, I'm talking to Naya and she's asking me, we're talking about blinging out shoes, and now we're talking about hot fix rhinestones versus non-hot fix. So non-hot fix stones look like this on the back. See how there's nothing on the back? That would be if you got rhinestones that don't have anything on the back, that's a non-hot fix stone. These are, I don't know. Can you see how these? Let me get the bigger ones. So the rhinestones that I used in my goddaughter's sneakers, those were hot fix, and I didn't know it until this. You know how your algorithms work. When you start using something, stuff starts popping up. So these are all hot fix. See how they have the black on the back? And sometimes the color comes in black and it comes in gray. Though the stones in my studio that I use for Mr. Turtle, they have gray glue on the back. And so when you use this machine right here, and you take it, and it has one all the way up to a 5 millimeter, which these are 5 millimeters, and it's so sad that I know the sizes already. But anyway, so you take the shoe, I mean the stone, you put it on wherever you're going to put it on, and then you just hold this on top of it like this, and then you pull it up, and it's done. Because what it does is heats the stone, that heats the glue, which attaches it to whatever item you're putting it on. So I'm going to, to me, this is a huge investment because I just got an order for a t-shirt, and I asked the person if they mind me blinging it out, complimentary. I'm just only doing one because I just want to test out anyway. And she said no. So I'm going to bling out the dot in the I in the word that she's using on her shirt, and I'm going to use one of these. So I'm going to use different sizes. But it's really cool, and this was $18. And I can add it to my Amazon list if you want, so you don't have to search for it, because there are several out there, but this is the only one that came with 5 different attachments. And you also get what they call a hot tip. And the hot tip is, it looks like this. It looks like this, but it's wider, and it doesn't have an indentation like that for the stone. See how that has an indentation in it that you put on top of the stone? The hot tip one, I started out using that, but then I didn't like it. So then I transferred it to the actual tip for the stone, and I love it. Like I can tell you, okay, so I'm just going to be transparent here. So I started getting into the arts because depression set in, like really, really bad in March when the pandemic hit. When they told us that we could no longer go into the office, my psyche went somewhere where I never, ever, ever want to go again. And it was really bad. Like I was crying all the time. And I just finally told my family. So my mother and my father know. I don't know if my sons know, but y'all know now. So we all families. Let's talk. So it was really bad. Like every other day I was crying, and I was sitting in here. I was like, oh my God, my family's going to die. We're all going to die. What are we going to do? Oh my God, what about Fashion Umbrella? I just started it and people love it. And now I'm going to die. And who's going to, oh my God, it was horrible, horrible. So if you ever come into my studio, you will say to me, Sharon, you don't need to buy another mold. You don't need to buy any more epoxy. You don't need to buy any more stones. You don't need to buy anything. And let me tell you how I just got all 3 of these. Now, you will say, if you come into my studio, Sharon, why did you buy those markers when you already have 2 sets on your table? Because these are this is how I would justify it. Because these are metallic, and I need them when I do my Dutch pour. You know how you go on Instagram, and if you follow Resin Daily, they will have where people take the pour. Some people use wood, some people use acrylic, and you lay you sand the wood, and then you just take the different resin and you add mica powder to it, or you can just use regular resin ink, and then they pour it and they make these designs that look like rivers. So that's what this is for. I'm working on a really, and I'll show it after Mother's Day, but no, I'll show it before. I'm working on a really beautiful piece. I mean, beautiful piece. I really want to keep it for myself, but I'm not a fan of the colors. And so I'm working on that piece, and I need a fine point pen. And these are fine point pens. The ones I have say they're fine point, but I'm a pen aholic. Okay. The pen girl that's on IG, she don't have nothing on me. Okay. But anyway, so this is a fine point pen, and this is the type of nib I need to make. So if the way when you pour the acrylic, sometimes the way the paint laces or sells, you can actually with a fine point pen like this go in and actually, if you just want to add accent to a little part of the painting, you could do that with a nib like that. I can't do that with the ones I have in the studio. And so even with these, I can, hey, Angela, even with these, I can also do my wine glasses, which I have 6 I need to do. Let me show y'all my supplies. Y'all think I'm crazy. So those are my thank you. Oh, okay, those are my thank you cards. And then these are mugs and wine glasses and more mugs and more stuff. So those are all mugs that I will be sublimating because I found thanks, Pooh. I found a spray that I can put on these mugs to turn them into sublimation mugs. So I was like, no, Cricut Print, you can't use your regular mugs. I have all these. And then this is nothing compared to what's in the studio. In the studio, it's on fleek. Like, it's crazy. Don't let me go into Michael's store or Joann's. I'm in heaven. So I kind of sort of, I shouldn't say this because I used to work at Michael's, but I'm finding that Joann's, I don't like going into stores, but I find that I'm like shopping, period. I hate it. I'm in the store, I'm in, I'm out. I went in Marshall's this morning. I knew what I wanted. I'm in and I'm not one like gotta go through every aisle. Oh my God, it just drives me crazy. So I have found that Joann's has better sales than Michael's. Their prices are cheaper. They're more affordable than Michael's. And I used to work at Michael's, so I should be shot in both of my eyes. But Joann's, if you're getting the Cricut mug press, I have right now in my living room about 200, probably over 200 sublimation mugs that I purchased from Joann's when they had these awesome sales. I also purchased more, and let me show you. So I don't know if y'all can see. Hold on. So y'all need to see my hat. That's not a wig, y'all. It's my hat. So this right here, that's all infusion. Infusion. What's it? Infusion ink? That's all infusion ink that I can use with my Cricut mug press. And so when I cut the Baltimore Fashion Week one, which will be cut soon, I'll probably use this or I'll use another color. I don't know. But when I do the Baltimore Fashion Week mug, it'll be in different styles, not just black. It'll probably be something like this, or it'll be some other color. They have rainbow, galaxy effect. It's really cool. So I like anything that gives me a variation because I hate to do the same thing over and over and over again. Which brings me to Baltimore Fashion Week because next year, Thursday, we were talking about how we want to actually do a set design for 2022. And the show date is, the show is going to be, oh God, August 19th and 20th of next year. So I already booked the date, the space, and it's going to be August 19th and 20th, excuse me, next year. No shows on Sunday. So Fashion Week will run from Sunday to Saturday. It's like the beginning of the week. Whatever we do on Sunday will be like we're doing this year cruise. So we'll probably do, I mean, a brunch cruise. We'll probably do the same brunch cruise again next year. And then the show will be for next year, Friday and Saturday. This year it's just on a Saturday. Friday, I'm trying to work in something else, but I want it to be a little bit different. So, we're in communications talking about that now because it's not too late. So you said you got your Cricut. I used to get my Cricuts, these two right here, because I have three. So someone gifted me one, and then I have the Maker. That's my Maker over there. And then this is the Explore Air 2. And I also have the Cricut Joy. So I also have the Cricut Joy as well, which, I mean, it's okay. I always use my bigger ones first. I want to use the Cricut Joy if it's just something quick, and then but to me, it wastes a lot of vinyl, and I don't like to do that. So I have the Cricut Joy, the two Explore Airs. I have a Maker, and now I have the Cricut Mug Press and a whole bunch of gazillion mugs, sublimation mugs to go with it. So I'm happy. And then I have a large shopping cart on Amazon. So I do plan on soon I just have to figure out how I'm going to work this out. But because a lot of people have been asking me, are you going to do a class? Can you do a class? A class with teaching me how to use resin and how to, make the coasters and all of that. The jewelry, like I made some jewelry and somebody thought it was amber, and it wasn't amber. I made it with resin and alcohol ink. So people want to learn how to do that. I don't mind teaching them. And so I will be updating my Amazon store. So if you go to Baltimore Fashion Week, well, if you go to Fashion Umbrella, now wait a minute. Is it on Baltimore Fashion Week page? Yes, it is. So if you go to Baltimore Fashion Week, scroll down, you'll see CK Showroom. Then it'll say Enter Showroom, and then it'll say Showroom Tools. If you go to Showroom Tools, on that page are all of the items that I use usually on a regular basis, from vinyl to resin. I have not updated it lately because I have I purchased so many molds lately, and I need to update it with that. I think my last count, I probably had about 75 molds. So the way I would do the class is the student or registrant will have the option of bringing their own mold or using their own resin, their own mold, their own mica powder, glitter, whatever they want to use to make their product or whatever they have, type of mold they have, or they could use what we have. Now, the only caveat to that is, it's not really a caveat, it's like a downfall. If you use the molds that I have or that we offer for the actual class, then I got to find a space that has proper ventilation. But anyway, so if you come to the class and you use the molds that we have, the only downfall to that is that you can't take the mold home with you when you leave, because it has to stay, because it's my mold and it has to stay and it has to cure. And the unmolding, you have to come back, and then we go through, if it needs sanding, we go through, I teach you how to sand your mold. I also teach you how to, if you don't have the equipment to sand properly, then I can teach you how to dome it. And doming only means that you pour resin or just on the top part of it, and so that it doesn't fall on the side. And so this afternoon, I am going to, I put up a table months ago where I did a pour on a little table, and it was blue, and it was supposed to have been a flower. It was okay, but I wasn't really in love with it. Back then, I didn't know as much, and I wasn't as comfortable as I am now. I knew, but I just wasn't comfortable. So now I'm comfortable. So my plan today is to strip that table, do a Dutch pour, acrylic Dutch pour. I'm sorry, a resin Dutch pour on it, and turn it into a beautiful piece of art. I think I'm going to. It's a process when you're using resin. So I'm gonna paint the sides the color I want the sides to be. I'm gonna paint the legs the color I want them to be, and then I'm going to first I'm gonna strip it. Then I'm gonna paint the sides, and then they have some tape that they were selling on Amazon that's supposed to be made completely for resin. But when I read the description, you can also use it if you're making UV resin jewelry. So I'm thinking like, well, I have tape for UV resin jewelry, so I don't need to buy this because I have, when I make my jewelry out of UV resin, which is how this piece, hold on, this piece right here was made out of UV. This was made out of UV resin and alcohol ink. Um, and I usually wear this as like whenever don't feel like grabbing for something, I just wear this because it's sitting right here. And that was my favorite piece that I made. Plus, it looks like an S, right? Doesn't it look like an S? Let me put my hand behind it so y'all can see. Doesn't it look like an S? So that's my reason why I like it, because like it's my name. And so, yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna go because now I'm starting to babble, and I'm hungry. That's probably another reason why I'm babbling, because I bought some orange cake yesterday. It's so good. Oh my god. So I'll probably have that and some sausage and eggs for lunch. And then I'm going in the studio. So I'll talk to you soon. If I decide to come back, I will. And we'll go live as I work on a mug using my Cricut mug press. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So you all have a good day. I will talk to you all really soon. Really soon. So for those of you who know how to reach me, call me. Naya, you can call me if you want, and we can talk about if you have any other questions. Michelle and Kenya, thank you for being here. And I'll talk to y'all soon. And please be safe. Don't forget to wear your mask, okay? Peace.